Alright, the Lakers have made 9 new additions so far. 11 if you count their two-way contracts, and they might not even be done yet. And yes, while we tend to talk about Walker Kessler, by far their biggest and maybe their best addition, hopefully. Even guys like Cameron Carr, Quentin Grimes, all the way down to Colin Sexton. One name and one player that does not get mentioned much. In fact, a guy that many casual fans said, who, after they signed him, happened to be Sandro Mamukelashvili.
The Los Angeles Lakers have just committed a multi-million-dollar contract to a player that most casual NBA fans have barely even noticed. While social media continues to criticize the front office for what many see as desperate off-season decisions, this underrated big man could be on the verge of a major breakout season. Behind the scenes, this low-key addition could end up having a much bigger impact on the Lakers than anyone expects. So, do you think Sandro Mamukelashvili can prove he deserves his new multi-million-dollar contract as the Lakers' potential fifth starter? Or did Rob Pelinka make a costly mistake by investing in him? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
One of the most important acquisitions that they have made is power forward center Sandro Mamukelashvili, who spent last year in Toronto. It was really his breakout year in the league. It's what earned him the 4-year deal with the Lakers.
Let's be completely real for a moment. The national sports media seems far more interested in blockbuster trades and superstar drama than recognizing the smart, under-the-radar roster moves the Lakers have made in Los Angeles. Day after day, television analysts debate massive transactions while overlooking the smaller additions that can ultimately make a huge difference when it comes to building championship-level depth. Meanwhile, casual fans online have been treating the signing of Sandro Mamukelashvili like it's nothing more than an insignificant move. Social media is filled with jokes and criticism, but the reality behind this signing could be much more encouraging than people realize. The Lakers front office checked an important box by locking up the 27-year-old big man on a 4-year, $52 million deal. And Mamu doesn't exactly look like someone who regrets the decision. He appears genuinely excited to be wearing the iconic purple and gold. If you were watching the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, you might have even spotted Mamu walking around the arena, helping out with photography for the team, interacting with fans, and smiling from ear to ear. That doesn't look like a player who is simply collecting a paycheck. It looks like someone who is genuinely excited to be a Laker.
Let's talk Mamu. So what is your top line breakdown of Mamu's game? For someone who has never watched him before or has maybe seen some highlights, what's your breakdown of him on both sides of the ball?
Well, look, offensively, that's the main draw with him. He can dribble, pass, shoot in the best way possible, especially at his size and at his position, his ability to make decisions on the go, obviously space the floor in a legitimate way, but also just kind of like push the tempo. He's pretty good in transition with the ball in his hands. That really helped the Raptors last season. But generally, the Raptors were missing this stretch five type of player. And they got that in Mamu.
I'm personally very excited to see him step onto the floor during the regular season under the bright lights of Crypto.com Arena, because his overall skill set is much more impressive than the average fan probably realizes. For anyone who hasn't followed his career closely, we're talking about a 6'9", 240-pound forward center who has the versatility to create serious problems for opposing defenses. He isn't just a traditional big man who stays around the paint. During his time with the San Antonio Spurs, he was primarily used as a power forward, where his ability to stretch the floor allowed the coaching staff to create more spacing on offense. However, his role changed dramatically during his breakout season last year. He spent the majority of his minutes playing center, showing that he can adjust his game depending on the matchup. That versatility could become extremely valuable for the Lakers, especially when they face teams with different styles and defensive schemes.
So along those lines, the Lakers have an interesting dilemma right now where I think they need a starting wing/four to round out the starting group. Right now, the projected starters are Luka Dončić, Austin Reeves, Quentin Grimes, and Walker Kessler. Then that final spot right now seems to be an open competition. Mamu's in that conversation.
The analysts at B-Ball Index recently released an in-depth salary cap evaluation that seriously challenges the narrative surrounding Mamu's new contract. According to their advanced projections, his production and overall impact from last season suggest that his true market value is significantly higher than most people realize. Based purely on his numbers and physical impact, Mamu's projected value currently sits around $26.5 million. The model expects that figure to rise to approximately $27.7 million by the 2027-28 season before potentially reaching nearly $29.5 million by 2030. Now, think about what that means from a financial standpoint. Rob Pelinka may have secured a player projected to be worth close to $30 million for an average annual salary of only $13 million. That could turn out to be an incredible bargain, especially if Mamu continues improving. Casual fans may struggle to understand the value because his name doesn't dominate social media headlines, but his production tells a completely different story. Last season with the Toronto Raptors, despite playing only around 22 minutes per game, Mamu averaged an efficient 11.2 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He shot an impressive 52.3% from the field while connecting on 39% of his three-point attempts. And his willingness to shoot from deep makes those numbers even more interesting. Even with limited playing time, he was attempting roughly 4 threes per game. When those numbers are projected over a standard 36-minute workload, that translates to more than 6 three-point attempts per game. That is serious spacing for a player who can also operate as a hybrid forward center. Going from an overlooked player on a minimum level contract to earning an average of $13 million per season could be the ultimate payoff for someone who has quietly continued working and improving while staying out of the spotlight.
What would it take for you to, meet the expectations of being a starter after you've progressed so much as a reserve to get to this point?
Yeah, I don't know how it's all going to play out, but man, I just think like throughout my 5 years in the league, I'm matured enough. I understand how to play this game. I think it's slowing down year after year, and I'm getting more and more comfortable out there. So, what I got to do is just be coachable, listen to Coach JJ, understand my spots, understand how they want to play, which we haven't really gone through yet. We're still kind of in the process, and just play the game, play hard.
So how does Sandro Mamukelashvili fit into this new Lakers roster built around Luka Dončić? Mamu's versatility makes him an intriguing piece for JJ Redick. Financially, he ranks among the Lakers' highest-paid players, making a starting role possible. Offensively, the potential lineup of Luka, Austin Reeves, Quentin Grimes, Mamu, and Walker Kessler looks dangerous. Advanced projections give this group a plus 4.4 net rating and an elite 124.2 offensive rating. That puts their offensive production among the very best in the NBA. With Luka and Reeves creating shots, Mamu could receive plenty of open looks. His ability to stretch the floor would create even more driving lanes for Luka. But there is one major concern: defense. This projected lineup grades around the middle of the league defensively. Luka and Reeves can struggle against quick guards, while Mamu isn't an elite rim protector or switch defender. His biggest defensive strength is his basketball IQ and help positioning. He can clog driving lanes, disrupt passing angles, and make smart rotations. However, he cannot single-handedly transform a weak defense into an elite one. That's why Mamu could actually be more valuable coming off the bench. As a backup center, he could dominate opposing second units with his shooting and interior scoring. His finishing numbers from last season show just how dangerous he can be around the basket. He is also capable of attacking hard closeouts instead of simply standing in the corner. If defenders give him space, he can punish them from 3. If they close out aggressively, he can attack the rim with his crafty left-handed floater. That versatility makes him much harder to defend than a traditional stretch big. Whether Redick starts him or makes him the centerpiece of the second unit, Mamu has the tools to outperform his contract. The Lakers may have found a major bargain that could become extremely valuable next to Luka Dončić. If you want more Lakers breakdowns, like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned.